Hello, I'd like to talk about The Princess Knight. It's a brilliant book. It's fabulous. I love it. It's by Cornelia Funk, written by Cornelia Funk, and illustrated by Kirsten Meyer. It was the inspiration for the movie Brave, and indeed it stars a young girl, a young princess, called Violetta. Here she is, training to be a knight. She's raised by her father, and he aims to raise her in the same way that he raises her brothers, and indeed the way that he was raised, to ride horses, to wield a sword, to be outgoing and full of action. And she excels. She's not as strong as her brothers, but she's much more determined and probably a bit smarter too. She becomes a wonderful knight. But when she reaches a certain age, her father decides to offer her hand in marriage to a knight. And she is not very pleased by this proposal. "What?" she cried. "You want me to marry some idiot in a tin suit? Just look at your own knights. They whip up their horses and are too stupid to write their own names." She's sent to the tower for her troubles, and she decides she's going to have to solve this problem herself. And she does. She enters the tournament in disguise, and of course, there she is, the knight with no name. And she enters the tournament, as I said, and she proceeds to batter all the other knights. Very satisfying. She destroys them. And when her father says, "Oh, congratulations, who are you?" "Ta-da! It's me, Dad, your daughter." And she decides to leave home and eventually return to marry the head gardener's daughter. Very satisfying. It's a lovely book. Great story. Wonderful illustrations. I love, there's lots of them where the illustrations go straight across the page in these sort of strips, which for me are sort of reminiscent of the tapestries, like the Bayeux tapestry, which would have been made a little earlier probably than this story takes place, but nonetheless has a beautiful sort of medieval feel about them. It's a great story for the obvious reason that it shows a young girl breaking the mold of traditional princesses in typical stories where they have to hang about and wait for a knight or a prince to come and rescue them. She takes matters into her own hands and makes her own history, which is a lovely message for girls and boys to take home. And it's just lots of fun. There's lots of little witty asides and so forth, lots of great illustrations of these poor old knights who've been battered by Violetta. I recommend it very highly. It says on the back, perfect for princess knights everywhere, which it is, but it sort of suggests that it's a book for girls and not for boys, which I think is slightly problematic because boys would love this book. And it contains a message that is as kind of suitable for boys as it is for girls, that girls can have agency and do their own thing, take care of matters themselves. So, highly recommended, The Princess Knight. Do try and get a hold of a copy. I'm not sure, this is a bit battered, my old one. I'm sure you can find a copy if you scour the web. Enjoy.